Wow, that's
And
nice
also
statement.
to tell you that we are the only company in the country who is working on high power lasers.
Okay, tell us a bit about it.
Today, the most happening thing is laser systems.
Okay.
And the drone system, everybody knows. Also drones, everybody knows. Radar, jammer, all these things are very, very popular. But laser systems are very unique, and they are right now the most talked about system in the world.
Tell me a bit about
So laser is, high power laser systems, high power laser weapon systems, is basically to neutralize any kind of threat that is coming towards you from air.
it. Okay.
And
Effectively drones or missiles or aircrafts or what have you.
UAVs, aircrafts, also counter missiles, whatever. So Paras Defense is right now probably the only company in private or government who is contracted to develop the highest power laser system ever our country has probably wished for. And the system is under, is right now under maybe different stages. We are right now doing module level manufacturing and also testing. And this system will be ready for trials exactly in 1 year time, I believe. We're trying to prepone, but let's say 1 year's time. And then it will be put for demonstration. And this system will be able to take care of any kind of threat that is coming over towards you. And this, what power we are talking about is very high. Okay. So, we don't talk about the number, but it's very, very high. And the laser system, what we are currently, like India, India is already there. DRDO has already developed system which was put in operation Sindoor. And just about 3 months back, there was a big media event organized by DRDO where they had invited a lot of media people to witness a real-time high power laser system.
Wow.
And also the same system, maybe a bit more power, whatever, is right now being developed by Paras Defense. And we are very hopeful to make this a grand success because we have the entire support from the development organization. Also, we have also quite a bit of interaction with the users, and also the best team that is put for this particular system. And we believe that once this is successful, there will be a lot of business to come. And this is also part of anti-drone system. So when you are going to package this with the detection, that is radar and jammer and also the laser, and then you start selling, probably the numbers will be much larger, and you could then probably be able to fulfill your wish of being the biggest anti-drone system company in the country.
Wow. So Munjal, tell us, one is of course the qualification, and you have qualified for all of this. Second is the ability to execute so many things at the same time, right? If you manage to do all of this, then what you've done, I was seeing your numbers, for example, in the last 4 or 5 years, right? Post-COVID, so I'm discounting 2020, 2021, but post-COVID, a 4-year CAGR has been about 25%. Very healthy. I'm just talking revenue. I think the bottom line has been better. But the numbers that you're talking about right now, if all of them come to fruition, then your CAGR numbers can look very impressive. One, are you on scale for doing that? And two, is there capacity enough for Paras Defense as a company to execute all of these to reach those numbers?
So we have always been projecting, like from this year, we are looking at growing by 40-50% from bottom minimum. This is the general guidance we have been giving it. That last year was the first year when we were able to almost demonstrate 40%. So 40-50% for sure. We are like, this is in normal case scenario, like 40-50 this year, 40-50 next year, the 40-50 the year later.
Okay.
And we are already fully geared up. And this is not, we are not factoring any new systems that we are talking about. We are not factoring anything like this laser weapon system when it goes for mass production, or we are not factoring anything like the universal anti-drone system. We are not factoring even our new other businesses that we are working on. So there, without this also, we are just like, so this I think is a big shift from the number that you would have seen post-COVID and post-listing to now from here to next 3 years for sure. But we also believe that that could be one inflection year. Like in these years, like 3 years, there could be 1 year which can be like a great upward spike. And that could be anything.
Okay, very interesting. The other question is, Munjal, that some of the work that you're doing, some other companies might also be doing. Anti-drone, for example.
Yes.
Some of the work that you're doing, you're telling me you are amongst the only companies who's doing it, right? Is that margin accretive? I'm just trying to understand. You correct me if I'm wrong, but you've kind of kept it very well at about 32% EBITDA margins of sorts, right? Are these newer range of products that are coming up, the Periscope, so on and so forth? Yeah. Are they higher margin products? Do you think you'll maintain 32%, or do you think you have a chance of making a dash towards maybe 35 or something like that?
The earlier numbers, whatever we would have seen, is from subsystem, the numbers are more from the subsystem level. But now we are going forward, and with in-house manufacturing for mechanical, for optical, for electronics, for electromechanical, for assembly, for testing, everything in-house. Leaves you with the highest value addition possible.
Right.
Unlike the lead system integrator, who is going to buy things from maybe 5 to 10 subsystem companies,
yes.
and you being the subsystem also definitely leaves you a better margin. So we believe that the margin should be more, much better. In fact, much more better in the coming times. And that's not because of the niche products. Of course, it's because of the niche products, but also because we invested in all the manufacturing capabilities and capacities 10 years ago, putting all the bets on setting up infrastructure for that. And then today it is really going to help us to be able to give the best returns to everyone.
You mentioned that you don't foresee the need for one of those products for export opportunities. What about some of the other stuff that you're doing? Are there large export opportunities opening up? And two, do you need to do technological tie-ups with global companies in friendly countries to be able to execute this, or are you done with that also?
No, so whatever we are doing, this particular infrastructure has very high export opportunity. Optics manufacturing has very high opportunity.
Okay.
In fact, our order book, maybe 10% of that will be currently from exports.
Okay.
For optics. So that is very high in demand, and this year the revenue potentially could be 10% optics coming out of exports. And there's a big opportunity still, but because we are also focusing more on forward integration for full system, so because the numbers are higher there, so we are focusing there, and that is mainly for the local consumption right now, because the demand locally is also very, very high.
Right.
But in future also we will be looking at international markets wherever it's easy to get in and don't have to do too much of work there. It's straight, simple. So exports are there from the past and also will continue in double-digit percentage in the books, direct and also deemed export. And also have potential to also make it maybe higher double-digit. But right now, the domestic markets itself is very, very busy.
Okay. To execute all of this, since you told me that capacities are enough, etc., I presume that you don't need to do any kind of additional equity fundraise of any sort over the next 6 to 12 months, or do you believe there could be a need for that as well?
For any number that we spoke right now, or anything, nothing much on
equity dilution.
No, nothing on the capex side except for creating more infrastructure for the future. Infrastructure is like building, you constructing buildings and putting all the interior work in place. But that's not quite a bit of cost. It's not a very big cost. It can be self-funded. It will be self-funded, and the rest we are not looking at adding lot of machines. We are going to add maybe some machines as maybe a little bit extra capacity or maybe some replacement, but all mostly self-funded. For everything that we spoke right now, this as is varies is going to be purely self-funded by the company. And also, for your information, the company is debt-free. So we have no debt also.
So you can raise debt if you need to.
And also, I think we still will not be required to even raise debt. It will be managed through whatever internal accruals.
Very